You'll want to meet this morning's guest. He's a real character. Coming up next on Carolina People. Good morning. Welcome to Carolina People. This morning we're at the Murrells Inlet office of America's largest telephone cooperative, HTC. We're focused on the Horry County communities of character, and we're visiting with its co-founder and president, the Reverend Leslie McIver. Good morning.
Good morning.
McIver, do you mind if I call you Leslie?
You may call me that.
Here early on a Friday morning.
And I would get up early only for a person like you. Thank you so much.
Listen to that one. You know, the last time we were together on the show, we were in the Florence Civic
Center, that's correct.
Focused on the annual big dinner there for the PD Area Council of the Boy Scouts.
Boy Scouts, yeah. So we both have been entrenched in that for a long time.
Well, you much longer than I. That's something you've been, and of course I think we were together a number of times up at Camp Coker. I don't know if you did the show with us up there, but at least that time at the Florence Civic Center.
And of course, you know, I'm still with it.
Oh yeah, very definitely. We want to talk about Scout Reach,
yeah.
A lot going on obviously there, but the PD Area Council is a very large council.
11 counties,
actually.
That right? Right. Mm-hmm. And, means so much, and we need to reinvigorate it even more so now with all these gangs. So I'm going to talk about another gang I want to offer, only this is a good gang, okay?
Good. Well, speaking of good gangs, obviously you're thinking in that fashion, but in the same time, you've seen a lot of good things happen in this county over
my
many years.
specialty, I think, would be in the area of teenagers, young people. That's where my niche, I think, is. And I call myself, Greg, a recycled teenager.
Is that right? Yeah, you use that openly. Good for you.
Yes.
Over and over. I love it.
Think like them and still very active with them. So if a word or two slip in that you may not understand, it's because
it's because you're a recycled teenager. I love it. Are you originally from the area, Leslie?
No, I was born and raised in Sherrill, South Carolina. That's in Chesterfield County.
Right.
It's about 85 miles from here.
That's actually close to Camp Coker.
Technically it is in Chesterfield County. I could get there in about 20 minutes from home. But the fame of Sherrill is, of course, my cousin, Dizzy Gillespie.
Your cousin, Dizzy Gillespie? You're kidding.
You know, you want to own somebody who's famous.
Right.
He may be down the line somewhere, but seriously, he says he's my... When I was able to talk to him before he died, we talked about cousin and Junior and all those people. I don't remember all those people. He did.
He did, yes.
He was born a block behind where I lived.
Is that right?
My mother used to really get upset with him because he would be out there playing that old trumpet, and she'd say, "Oh, that old noise," and throw a shoe or something at him, you know.
Leslie, you are kidding. You still, and you have vivid memories of Chirral.
Yes, I do.
Or Chirral, or Chirral.
Well,
I'll never get it right. Yeah, I was corrected by Graham Edwards, another Chesterfield County native at one time.
Yes, he's there.
When we were filming out at Santee Cooper when he was co-chairing the Heart Walk with Brad Dean 5 or 6 years ago in memory of Ashby Ward, and maybe it was 4 years ago. It was fascinating to hear him correct me on the set during an interview. So,
quite a few people in this area. Coach Bennett, we claim it's from
David
Sherrill.
Bennett is another Chirral.
Former SLED director Stewart.
Is that right?
Sherrill, yes. And so
we could probably spend the next 20 minutes.
Yeah, we better move
talking
on
about Chirral. Do you still have family up there?
Yes, I do. My parents have left us, but they're cousins, and then I go back occasionally. Well, quite often. Bring back so many memories.
Oh, yeah.
The prettiest town in Dixie is its little caption name. So
is that right? They claim to be the prettiest town in Dixie.
That is correct.
That's fascinating.
And beautiful place. It had 3 major highways going through there before the interstates started. So we had a lot of visitors and
a lot of commerce.
Really, I think it was a beautiful place to grow up and live. Great.
Do you still, of course, obviously you highlighted traveling down there. What brought you down this way?
Well, Greg, I really graduated from college too early. I was 19 years old when I graduated from college.
Oh, come on.
And I started
Now,
teaching.
no fibbing on a Friday morning, particularly from a reverend here.
It's too early in the morning.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Prayers already. So
I know.
Legit.
What, age 19?
And mother said, you know, you're just too young to come back home to deal with students about your own age with
right.
and teach your education. And so she said, well, go try it for a year and then come on home after that, you know, because she wanted to come. I came to Horry County. I drank the water. and I have never left.
And you said you'd never leave. You knew it at that moment that this was going to be home.
Well, yes, after about a year or so. It was
Right.
just a fascinating place. And I love the wilds. I love the ocean. I love nature. And I love, well, the people here, just so wonderful.
Have you ever lived at the beach, or has most of your life been in the on the west side of the waterway?
On the west side.
Is that right?
And it's close enough. Because
It's closer to Chiralden, so
Right,
if
and
you
then I
were
can-
ever to break away, it was going to be a lot easier.
I can come over and visit the water and then go back, especially when these crowds come in.
That's right.
Now the motorcyclists and all that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Let me stay over on that side.
Yeah, the Harley week wrapping up now.
Yeah.
You know, it kicked off obviously last Friday, and a lot been happening in this area. And this Murrells Inlet branch last week would have been a madhouse.
Yes.
It really would have been a madhouse with so much happening.
But, you know, it's just a pleasure to be on the show with you, Greg. I know a lot about you, too, and, of course, we've been together a long time. I just admire all that you do. You're promoting me. But
Don't even think about me. That's very kind. Of course, the Horry County Communities of Character had to get its start somewhere. Share with viewers about how it kicked off.
Well, Pastor Riddle, Randy Riddle, and I, we were in the gym together, and we were talking about what are we going to do. We were all complaining about changing in society and ethical values, and we were just talking, not to get too much of that theology stuff in there, but how we're going to do with it practically with our community. So we became connected with the City of Characters program at that time, and in 1999 I was on City Council. I spent 12 years on
Conway City Council.
On City Council, and really just not the kind of person who just want to sit around and do anything. You've got to have something.
Recycled teenager, yes, yeah.
So we started the City of Character program, did a lot of research, went to Detroit, went to Indiana, several places, because I like to be a hands-on person, get the knowledge as much as I can before I start something. 1999, the City of Conway signed a resolution, and we started with the City of Character program, and that has progressed beautifully. Not as outstanding as I would, because a lot of people don't want to touch this stuff when you start talking about morals and values and ethics.
And they don't want to touch it because
it might open up some skeletons in the closet or something like that.
Interesting. So it put them under too much scrutiny.
Yeah, but we need it.
Right.
Look what is happening, Greg, in our world. Look what's happening with our leaders, and even in the ministerial programs. You know, I mean, there's so much unethics. Everybody is talking about greed and self. So we thought we would bring about the program that would make people aware that this world is not centered on self. You've got to give of yourself. What in the world am I here for in the first place? Is a question that we should all ask. And with these
Christians or non-Christians,
non-Christians,
everyone.
what are you put here for?
Right.
If you notice, we try not to emphasize the Christian side of it, because we don't want to we want it open to everybody.
Sure, absolutely. And morals are for everybody.
Right.
Anyway. Right.
And you take a dip out of it. You love to read the Bible where it's all there, do it. If you're not, it's just normal for me not to want to hurt you or take something that is that is yours, and try to make it mine. That's not right for anybody of any persuasion. So that's the element that we want to come with the City of Character program. But as I said, the City of Conway did a beautiful job in supporting us in the beginning, getting us started. We're 5013C, we are chartered, we are international. Because I've sat in some meetings beside some German captains in the police force.
Is that right?
Yes, from all of the countries. I start naming them, but it's really an international effort. I do think that if we persist, it's going to last. We were able to get Horry County Council to see the light, and by unanimous vote, when Larry Biddle presented it to the council, because we try to get the right person to say the right thing at the right time. If it wasn't you, it would
be Larry.
Pastor Riddle. They adopted it without any qualms, and they are still supporting it.
Tremendous.
I'm talking about the Conway City of Character, now turned to be the Horry County Community.
Right.
Communities of characters. So actually we have started with the Lois and Myrtle Beach.
Right.
We can get Myrtle Beach. into the whole program.
Praying on a Friday morning, I like it. That's right.
Early in the morning.
Thinking about the finishing college at 19, obviously we think you're fibbing, but based off of you continuing to roll with that,
I'm still praying
that's right.
about that,
It must have really happened.
But it was true, and I've just been pursuing education ever since. I just like to learn. I really like to learn. I want to share this with others, and with the knowledge that I have at my age now, 65.
Oh,
plus. I don't want to leave here and take all this with me to where I go, to heaven. But let's leave some of this with us. This is why we're starting these programs. I was on the track that Horry County Council decided to adopt this program. And so now we have actually changed it.
To the Horry County Communities of Character.
Right. I want to make sure that point is well emphasized.
And just real quick, if a viewer needs to get off to work now or get family off to school, is it best to call the City of Conway or to call, is there a phone number for the Communities of Character? The Horry
right
County
now, our website is with you would...
that's the best place to...
City of Character... City of Conway, City of Character. Then there's a link.
Okay, good.
But I'm sure that very shortly I'll have the Horry County link.
Absolutely, sure.
John Zielinski is working on the
fantastic,
very beautiful.
Oh yeah, having that Horry County connection is so important to be able to take advantage, and particularly with them supporting it, and so many communities in the county. He's
changing it to be legitimate now. The Horry County Communities of Characters, and any community, Briarcliff, Atlantic Beach. And several other places who can join in and take the program, which we can bring in speakers, we can bring in, we have all kinds of materials.
Sure, absolutely. I saw it, and it was so fascinating going through much of the info early this morning, Leslie, to see the 49 different character traits. To see those utilized on a monthly basis. And so it planned out 2007 through 2011. Every month, having a different real focus there, because there is. And not necessarily from a biblical perspective, but from a right perspective.
Loyalty. I mean, every one of us. Preservation, joy. Love. And wouldn't it be beautiful to be stopped by a policeman and he hand you a card? Today is my day. I'm joyful. I'll give you this card. And have a wonderful day. I mean, and not writing that ticket with the big blue light on. So it's to affect the community, through family, through our religious organizations, through media, through our educational institution, and it's just like a wheel, a round emphasis.
Absolutely. Leslie, so many folks know you throughout the county for your 40-plus years, I think 42-plus years in education. Share with viewers about how you, I know we started there, obviously, when your mother said, you need to come on home, and you said, I got to get away for a little while. That's right. Or the other way around, or you need to go away somewhere before you come back. You're too young to come back at 19. What the door that opened here in Horry County, excuse me, digressing, but I want to make sure, because so many folks have seen you, they know you from your time there in the classroom or in the gymnasium or otherwise. It's you've been across so many boards there.
Well, Greg, that can be a negative too, because I can't do anything wrong. I have to just stay on the path of righteousness all the time. I remember signing in a motel in Greenville, and it was legitimate now, and it was under control. But to have the clerk come up and say, Mr. McIver, how can I help you? And you shake, you wonder. But it was one of the students who have been all the way around. So everywhere I go, there's somebody watching. So you have to.
After 42 plus years,